Sup guys, Sonic here, and today I would like to teach you some Pokemon. So, on battles, what you need to know to defeat the enemy is the enemy's Pokemon type or types, your moves types and categories, your Pokemon type or types, and stats. First, you need to know your opponent's type or types and your move type to see what's more effective, as you can see on the picture. On the other hand, you need to know your Pokemon type, because if you use a move that has the same type as your Pokemon, you do bonus damage, which is called stab damage. And finally, you need to know your stats and category of the moves you will use. So there are three categories of moves: physical, special, and status. I'll explain first two when I talk about stats. Status moves are those that cause an effect either to the enemy or to the field. For instance, you have Sun Attack that reduces your opponent's accuracy but does no damage, and you also have an example of a field changer, Sandstorm, that changes the field and will eventually do damage to the opponent every turn, if he isn't ground, rock or steel type. Moving to the stats, there are 6 types of those. HP, it's the amount of health you will have. Attack, the higher the attack stat that you have, the higher damage you will deal with physical attacks. And defense is defense against physical attacks. And you have also special attack. The higher the special attack, the higher damage you will cause with the special attacks. And special defense, which is against special attacks. And the last one is speed. The Pokemon with higher speed is the one who will attack first. In case on a battle the two Pokemons have the same speed, one will randomly attack first. Now that we already covered the basics, I am going to explain you something more difficult that at least I found more difficult, which are about stats. There are EVs, which means effort values, and IVs, which mean individual values. I'll explain the second first. IVs. So, each stat can have between 0 and 31 IVs, and 1 IV equals to 1 stat. So, for instance, a Pokemon can have 10 IVs on attack, 0 on defense, and 31 on special attack. But if you are really unlucky, that Pokemon can have 0 IVs on every stat. And you can be really lucky and have 31 IVs on every stat. So, now moving to EVs. Each time you defeat a Pokemon, wild or from a trainer, you get a certain amount of EVs on a certain stat. You can see what EV each Pokemon gives and the amount of it on Bulbapedia like I am. I'll leave the link in the description. For every 4 EVs of a stat, you gain 1 stat point on that specific stat. For example, 4 EVs on HP and 16 on attack will grant you 1 stat on HP and 4 on attack. So, looking at the list you can find on the description, you can see Bulbasaur gives you 1 special attack EV, so defeating 4 of them will grant you 1 stat on special attack. But you will only receive it when you level up. So if you have 20 stats on special attack and you defeat 4 Bulbasaur before leveling up, despite the stats you will gain by just leveling up, you will also receive a bonus special attack stat. Another thing to keep in mind is that you can only store up to 252 EVs per stat, which means 63 bonus stats, and 508 bonus EVs on total, which means bonus 127 stats. IVs are the reason why when you capture a Pokemon on low level and train him, and you encounter the same Pokemon afterwards on high level and both yours and the wild one are at the same level, yours is much stronger, because if you have EVs you will have higher stats. So EVs are the perfect way to build up your perfect Pokemon with the right stats, but there's still something to make it even more stronger, which is a Pokemon's nature. The nature is something you cannot change, and what it does is reduce a stat to increase other, as you can see on the image on the screen. So for example, a Pokemon that has bold as nature will have bonus defense, but have a lower attack than normal. So I think I covered it up, and I hope you like it. And if you did, leave a like, and if you have any question, leave a comment. I'll try to answer them as quickly as possible. And if you like to watch things that I do, just subscribe.